Good morning, everybody. I'm not gonna do a song today because last time, morning, Erica, I always get a copyright issue, but last week was a global copyright issue, so I always clip it out anyways. But yeah, I'm not gonna play a song today. We'll just keep that out of it. It's causing too much problems, and sometimes I don't have the time to edit it right after the video, so I'm not gonna leave that alone. So I'll wait for people to come in. Let me share it out myself because I didn't put the thumbnail up early enough. And then we'll do seed starting part 3. This should be pretty much the last of it because we're going to be starting our seeds over here today. I should start them already, but I'm going to start the peppers this week so that they can start. Let me just. Good morning, Fifi. Sent you a message on Instagram, Fifi. I don't know if you saw it or if you keep it logged in. I was asking about the herb challenge. I haven't seen anything, so I want to know if you knew anything about it. I don't think it's happening this year. I don't think I missed any announcements. So maybe it's an off year this year. I'm not sure. I haven't I saw him live a few times, but he hasn't been as live promoting it. So I don't know if he's doing it. Planter Garden. So let me know if I missed something. Hold on, let me share it. No, I haven't seen it or anything. Yeah, because it's supposed to start March the 1st usually, right? That was the new starting time. So I'm not sure if he's having it this year. But I was checking with you because I thought you would know more than anybody. Okay. How's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. I'm going to... Oh, did I drop the link? Hold on a second here. I pasted it, but I guess it didn't take. Hold on. Because I don't see it. Oh, no, I do see it. It's right there. Wake up, wake up. Okay, so we're doing seed starting part 3. For those who are new. No, because you seem to be like you're on the committee. You're on the committee. I know you usually help out a lot with the challenge, so I thought you were the vice president on the committee. And Boy Blue, I think, is on there as well. Okay, so we're gonna do seed starting part 3. I think most people are starting their seeds now. Well, have already started or starting them for sure by February by now. I will be doing my peppers, as I said. So based on my schedule, I have a Excel spreadsheet that I've been using, and every year I just change the date of the last frost date, and I add some new plants. Good morning, G Mama. I add some new plants to the mix, and keep the list expanding. I have a column for my house and a column for the parents' house, and then we select what we're going to plant from year to year. So we went through our list so far this year. Every time my dad doesn't like to grow, half the stuff, but I make him grow it anyways because he has that rich soil. So he doesn't want any kohlrabi, but he's going to get a couple of kohlrabi because it's just so easy to grow, and the leaves are actually just as good as collard greens. And I made kohlrabi fries, and we liked it, so we'll try that again. So we did our list with our quantity. So the peppers are supposed to start at the end of February, but the Lasia peppers is a new pepper I'm growing. They're saying start February the 10th because of the days to maturity. It's obviously past the 10th, so I will start them today in some peat pellets. So we're going to talk more today about the different mediums, and obviously I don't know everything, so you can add in your feedback as well, what you do, why you do it. We're all in different climates, so that's probably a reason why you do certain things differently than I do. My indoor growing has to be indoors. Yes, I can do it hydroponically, which some of us do as well, and then we transplant them, but most of my seeds are started in seed trays because of the quantity of seeds and the the need for that light and enclosed tent-like environment to keep the temperature controlled. So that's what I usually do. I am not a fan of peat pellets, but oh, good morning, Greg. What I eat, and if I miss anybody, I'm just literally talking, but I'm not watching the chat. I'm not a fan of them, but I'm becoming back a fan as of just because I have to. They have to be hydrated to swell up, and then they get dried very quickly, which is part of the problem. So you have to be constantly watering from the bottom, and if you're not on top of it, you could turn your head and they could dry out and your plant is dead. So you have to keep on top of the watering, but you don't want to overwater them as well. The one reason why I don't like them is I'm not really a fan of up potting. When the plant gets too big for the peat pellet, I'm not a fan of up potting things. But at the same time, you should be up potting things. Good morning, Nikki. Because it's just you need to constantly be changing the environment so that plant can get what it needs. The reason peat pellets are so popular is because they're so compressed. They're easy to ship around. You can store them quite easily. They don't take up a lot of room until you're ready to use them. And also they're sterile. So there should be no bacteria, no, bugs or no eggs in the peat pellet. So they're very popular. But peat pellets are also, as they say, not good for the environment. So people have gone to coconut coir, whatever you say, however, coconut, which is very popular. I'm back to the peat pellets because I'm using them in a different way this time. So in my WIG update, I am starting some seeds in the peat pellets, and then I'm just putting that in the net cup with some rocks and then putting it in the deep culture method and letting it grow that way because it won't get moldy, hopefully. And I can put some peroxide in the water. So that's what I've been doing. So the peat pellets have kind of come back in style over here. They have a few different sizes. They have a really large one. Good morning, G-Quat. There's a large one I got from a kit. When you go to these stores, these big box stores, my opinion, they sell a lot of kits. And if you don't know, you're going to overspend. These kits are literally, let me show you the one I just have. 1 second. It's right to my right. Okay. This kit sells here. Hopefully the camera can catch it. Sorry, I have a fake background. It's all this fool. It's Jiffy Hydro Starter Kit. So, okay, it's Hydro Kit. It's 4 big fat jumbo pods. So I'll show you. I'll open it up. This retails for $20. I did not pay $20 for this. I got it on clearance for $4. This is only worth $4. So don't go get caught up with these stores. Oh, I'm going to start seeds if you're new, because this is not worth $20. This is the flimsiest piece of plastic you will ever get. This is like Dollarama, Dollar Tree plastic, but they're selling it at a big box store for $20. Hold on, it's stuck together now. This is basically thinner than a red cup, the solo cup. I can't get it apart. Anyways, I'll try to show. It's this, and it's so flimsy. Like it's literally, it's so cheap. It comes with these pots, and the bottom has a hole in it. There's a hole in the bottom, and they give you these 70 milliliter peat pellets that you'll hydrate, and then the whole point of this, and I'm just missing the chat, but I'll get back in a second. The whole point of this is that this reservoir that's so cheap, that's supposed to hold water, and if it cracks even just a little bit, that's it. It's supposed to hold water. Oh my goodness, what the hell is not worth $20? Bear with me a minute. Yeah, okay, there it is, separated. So there's an upper plastic, which is a bit thicker. And it has holes in it. And these holes are where the pots go in. And there's supposed to be a reservoir. which is here. This is the reservoir, and you put the water in there. But it's so flimsy, it's probably going to leak. So I have to put it in another tray. So when you see these things, don't pay $20, whatever it costs. It's worth $4 at the most. So if they're at the Dollar Tree, get them. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to throw this to the side. This is just irritating. But yeah, don't buy these things. I thought it would be better quality. Thank God I didn't buy it at full price because that was a hot mess. That was a waste of money. So this is what they're doing. They're selling you this crap for $20 and it's crap. So don't buy them. Dollar stores, yes, but do not buy them. They're just stealing your money. Hold on. Give me a second. What did I miss anything? So G Mama is saying she found a container plants do better the more I up. Yes, because you're giving them more space for their roots. I am a lazy gardener. I don't want to do a lot of extra work. So up potting is like, another thing to do. Plant starter kits are good for the beginning, but no. And if they're that cheap and flimsy, you're not going to get much reuse out of it. So I have to be very careful with that one. Otherwise, it's going to break and leak. And then that defeats the whole purpose. If I spent $20 on that, I would not be impressed. So don't buy those things, guys. So peat pellets are good, but you have to be careful. Those would just aggravate me. Yeah. It's not worth it. So please don't buy that. You're not gonna get a lot of good use out of it. Now, last week I mentioned, or 2 weeks ago now, but the last live I mentioned, I'm gonna be upgrading my seed starting. So I see a lot of people talking about that company, whatever the company's name, I can't remember. I know Broke Farmer is the one I heard from him first. Bootleg, that's it. Bootleg Farmer, Bootstrap or Bootleg or something with a boot. They have a product of seed trays, seed starting containers, different sizes, different colors. They are very durable, made with good, thick, durable plastic that can be reused. They can take washing. They can take people standing on them, and they don't break. I'm going to be upgrading to a few of those to test them out, but that's basically, Bootstrap, my Bootstrap Farmer. And they have a good quality product that a lot of people are mentioning and they're recommending. If you can afford it and you're starting out, I wouldn't buy a whole bunch, but just buy a couple. And Amazon has them sometimes for a good price or something similar that you're going to get good use out of reusing, because you're going to have to wash them and sanitize them before you start your seeds. Last time we talked about sanitization. That's very important. You don't want to be washing something flimsy like that, like a Jiffy, those red Solo cups, and you're washing and it's just going to crack under the pressure. It can't take hot temperature waters. It can't take being pressure. It can't take anything. So you're not really going to get much use out of it. If you're getting it at a clearance, by all means buy it. But that price that this one was costing, I wouldn't recommend it. It would not stand maybe one season. And the whole point is that you're trying to save money. If gardening is going to cost you a lot of money, and seed starting tends to cost a lot of money because we get caught up with it's spring and the weather's changing and you're seeing snow outside. It's been snowing here like crazy. And you just want to just buy something to make you feel better. And then you buy it and it's not, it's just a waste of money. You might as well give the money to charity at that rate. Do not waste your money on these flimsy, cheap products. You need some seed trays. You need a tray to kind of put water in from the bottom to hold them up. You need a clear lid. That doesn't have to be expensive. And you need a good potting mix. So today we're going to talk about soil mixes, and then hopefully G Mama and people will put in their 2 cents as well. It'll break? What do you mean it'll break? Explain, G Mama, because I see people standing on them like they're standing on them and they're like bricks. Those are okay. I think I said that one already. I wouldn't. Those are supposed to be. It says you wouldn't purchase from bootleg. Okay, I get it now. Sorry. Duh, wake up. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. But yeah, but not bootleg, bootstrap. Investing in, yes, you have to invest in good tools. So that's my 2 cents. Now, when it comes to medium, so peat pellets are easy to grow in to start, but you will have to up pot them. You might have to rip off the outer membrane when you're up potting them, because that membrane has not broken down for anybody I've heard on YouTube. They go back the next year, years after, and they still see the membrane in the soil. So it doesn't break down. It also sometimes traps the roots from really spreading. So it restricts the root ball of the plant, and it might make the growth stunted. So what I mean is, you saw the mesh. This one's a bigger pot, and the mesh is a bit more, I don't know what this is, but that's the bigger pod. Most pods are smaller and the mesh may not be white, so it wouldn't be as noticeable. But when you wet them, there's a mesh that holds it all in place. This mesh, you might have to, at the bottom, when the roots start going here, you might have to rip it open. So this is the top, it's already open. You have to rip it open so that the roots can get out freely. Rip it off completely, or at least open up a hole so that the roots, especially the taproot is that main single root that comes out first and it goes straight down. And then other roots come on the sides. I don't have a picture to show you right now, but there's a taproot, and you know that taproot is usually thicker than the other roots. That's how it first starts to feed. If the taproot is restricted, you may restrict the growth of your plant. Some plants can get through it. I've seen some plants, the root goes through the mesh. Sometimes it doesn't. So when you start to see that happening, you need to rip open the mesh on the peat pellets, or just take it off completely. It's up to you, but you might have to get involved, because you're going to see the roots getting tangled up, and it's going to stunt the growth. Once you rip the membrane, you're going to see the plant just taking off. That's what eggplants, peppers, certain plants have a deeper taproot. So you need to make sure you're keeping an eye on your taproot. When it comes to potting mixes, there's lots of brands, and they're all good. The only concern I have is that when you're starting your seeds in your house, and those potting mixes have any organic matter, you are most likely going to have gnats, those little flies, in your house, because the eggs and the larvae are going to hatch because it's in that soil mix. The mix has been treated, and I've been burned already with seed mix last year. It's been treated, quote unquote, and I used it, didn't put any hot water on it, nothing but gnats. So we're not doing that again. But if you do get gnats, as we mentioned before, there are some remedies that work. The mosquito bits pellets works 100%. You can sprinkle it in the soil. You can soak them in your watering can, and then you water with the diluted mosquito bits. That will kill the larva, and you need to take the yellow stickers to catch the adults. Gnats are not hard to get rid of, but it's a 3-stage problem. You got to deal with the larva, the eggs, the larva, and then you have to deal with the adults. And they each have a different treatment. So you need to make sure that you're treating your soil right away from the beginning so that they don't hatch. Then you probably won't have a problem. If you do have a problem, then you take the yellow stickers out to catch them, those lights that zap them, and they have something else that they don't like. Anyways, to kill them. Neem cake is something I know G Mama recommends. I've never used it yet. I've heard a lot about it, but I don't see it around here. And at Amazon, it's very expensive over here. So I stick to the mosquito bits or the mosquito pucks, the same things that you would put in your watering rain barrel. It's the same thing. It's not a chemical. It's made from a bacteria that's found in nature. So it's something that's not going to hurt when you plant, your garden outside. You can water it. I've done it personally. I've had any problems with my soil health. It's nothing dangerous. Just make sure at the beginning of the season, if you're catching rainwater in those big rain barrels, you put some mosquito bits in there. If you don't keep it covered all the time, or you have an opening where, the water downspout goes into, and there could be some contamination with mosquitoes, I put some in there just in case. Most people, good morning, Maureen and Food Forest, cover their rain barrels, but sometimes, stuff happens, especially when it's over full. You may have a gap. Don't worry about it. Mosquito bits work. I've even used dish soap, which people are like, oh my God, whatever. There's more dangerous stuff in your tap water than putting a bit of dish soap on top of the rain barrel to create a film so that the eggs can't hatch. So I haven't had a problem with that personally, but if you want to do things indoors, it's not a problem, but just be mindful. If you're not using coconut or peat moss and there's any kind of natural medium in that soil, you're going to have gnats, probably. If you don't want to have gnats, I've taken hot water from the kettle and I poured it onto the soil to kill anything. Yes, I'm killing the soil and the micronutrients, but I'll be putting them back with liquid feed. I want to get the plants from in the house into the garden into the healthy soil. I don't need to have healthy soil in the house to get the seedlings outside. If you want to do that, go right ahead. For me, I'd rather not have gnats and get the plants outside. So I'm not too concerned about killing microorganisms and the good bacteria. I'm not concerned. Um, I know I can't wait for spring either, Howie. It's getting out of hand. I've been shoveling for at least a week straight. Um, okay, so G Mama's saying if your seedlings are infested, hydrogen peroxide will also help reduce larvae without harming your seedlings. That's true. And hydrogen peroxide also helps oxygenate your soil, which helps your roots form better. So it's good for both things. So if you don't have gnats, you can still use that as a remedy to help your soil have more oxygen and your plants do better. So that's excellent as well. Just keep it simple. Don't make it complicated. Keep it very simple. I'll drop the link again. And just be consistent. Watering your plants. I'm prone to overwater the plants. I have a medical condition. It's called overwatering syndrome. And I will drown them and thinking that I'm helping them and I'm drowning them. So I have an overwatering problem. So I have to make sure that I have the soil before I plant. I hydrate the soil or whatever growing medium. It's not always soil, it could be the peat. Hydrate it, and then I put water at the bottom. I always think, oh, okay, let me water it. I have a schedule now where I only water the plants, especially the house plants, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. Because if I, oh, let me water it. Oh, let me water it. Oh, it looks like it needs some food. Oh, there's a leaf that looks a little yellow. Leave the plant alone because don't do too much. It's not good for the plant. Leave the plant alone. It will let you know when it's really thirsty. Beyond that, make sure that you have moisture in the air. That's more important than watering the soil. And that's where a lot of us get confused. We're watering the roots of the plant. No, make sure that your air in your home has humidity because the leaves can capture the moisture from the air. When your air is dry, especially in the winter climate, that's where your plants suffer the most. Let me see here. Hey, good morning, Shanna. Um, I'm telling you, speaking of shoveling, I almost had a battle with a neighbor. These people, man. Shoveling brings out the worst in people, I'm telling you. The worst. So Marlene, stop gardening because of the gnats. Yeah, you have to treat the soil before you start. And there's remedies to do it, but the mosquito bits is the easiest thing. Just water with that and it kills them. It doesn't damage your plant, doesn't hurt anything. It just makes sure that the eggs are dead before they go anywhere. But if you do get some gnats, just yellow traps and those fruit fly traps, which is basically apple cider vinegar in a little plastic container, that will get rid of them as well. But when you do the treatment first, you won't get an infestation because I was infested. I couldn't stand it. So yes, the water has to be sparingly. What else for seed starting? Seed starting, I don't like starting too many seeds in terms of good morning, Cece, in a pod. I know people put 2 and 3 seeds in a pod. I don't like doing that because I don't thin out my seeds. I'm anti-thinning. I like to if it grows, I'm gonna give it somewhere to live in the garden. I don't like thinning out plants and picking the best one in the pod. So I personally don't overseed my pods or my seed trays. I may put 2 seeds in a container just in case, especially seeds that take a long time in general, but I will split them up and plant them separately. I don't thin out my plants. So some people will tell you to put multiple seeds in a pod, like 3 and 4 seeds, and they snip out the other ones. I don't do that. I don't know what it is. I just think it's like, I don't know. I don't like doing that personally, so I just don't. So to each their own. If you want to do that to increase your odds, that's a good plan, but it's going to end up giving me too much work. I want to end up splitting them all up and planting them separately and giving them away. And once you germinate in my house, you get a spot in the garden. That's how I operate. So it's up to you, but you can put multiple seeds in a pod. Some seeds can grow together very closely, like lettuces and spinach, so you don't have to split them up. But like tomatoes and certain things, like, yeah, you're gonna have to split them up. Do not start all your seeds at the same time. Different seeds have different timelines to germinate and to get to a good sized seedling. Tomatoes and squashes and zucchinis don't take that long. So you don't need to start them overly early. So for me, I don't even have my sheet. Oh, yes, I do. So it's to give a better information. My last frost date for 2025 is May the 19th. Good morning, the new urban gardener. And did I miss anybody? And yes, good morning, Marlene. I think I said good hi to you, but I don't know if I said good morning formally. So and Cece, okay. I think I got everybody. I had Tyrant when I found an overcharge on my big. Oh, I was there for that live. The people are trained to gang up on people. Oh yeah, they like to intimidate. So my last frost date is May the 19th. So for wherever you are and wherever zone you're in, if you're new to gardening or even experience, know what zone you're in. It's not that important, but it's good to know. But you need to know your last frost date. So put in the Google Schmoogle. What is my last frost date? It'll probably ask you for your zip code. Unless your computer is already programmed with your area and region, then it'll just tell you because it knows where you are. And once you know your last frost date, you start to work backwards. There are spreadsheets online that you can get for free if you are very visual and you are good with a computer, and you can go backwards and see how early you can start your plants. Not every plant should be started indoors. There are some plants that can easily be started before your last frost date. So when it's still fairly cold outside, but your soil is not frozen, you can direct sow some of these seeds. I prefer to do that because it's less babying in the house. I don't have to baby the plants. If I can direct sow them outside, I will. For an example, your spinach can go outside very early. It can handle, good morning, Juicing with Jay. It can handle the cold. You can put lettuce outside fairly early. Good morning, Gina. You can put arugula out early. Sorrel, not Jamaican sorrel, the leafy green sorrel. And there's some other, even some of your brassicas you can put out early. Now, if you do have a plastic covering or some kind of portable greenhouse, that will be even better. But these things can handle some colder weather. So do not wait until after your last frost date to direct sow. There are some other channels, bigger channels, and some seed companies that on their website have some tips. Check them out, but you can plant a lot of things before your last frost date as long as it's cold tolerant. And I'm talking about direct sowing, not transplanting. So check that out. But I find for me that's much easier. Lettuce, I'm not babying lettuce or spinach in my house. We're done with that. Direct sow them outside. If I do plant them indoors, it's because they're staying indoors and I'm going to harvest them indoors. So that's what I mean. Good morning, Tigsy. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, your last frost date? Oh wow, you're early, man. You're early in Vancouver. Yeah, I have to wait, and I'm under the snow piles right now. There's nowhere to plant outside. My grow tents are probably, or my greenhouses are probably all frozen through. Yeah, direct sow. I do recommend direct sowing. I know we talk about seed starting a lot with seed pods and seed trays, but there's a lot of plants that you can direct sow outside, even though it's cold. I would be putting my citrus outside in the shade. Oh, wow. See, we're in the same country, but two different climates. So just know your climate. So back to for me, February is when I start my peppers. Now, even though the chart is helpful, you don't have to follow it to a T. So most people, the earliest things that you plant are onions and shallots. So for me, it says February the 10th. It's not the 10th, it's later, but I can plant them this weekend, onions and shallots. So that way they can be a good size by the time I transplant them. And some onions I've kept outside all winter long, to be honest, and they survive. Some die, but some of them survive. So onions can overwinter outside. So don't think that you can't just leave them outside. You can cover them with straw. You can cover them with a plastic. You can leave them alone, depending on how warm you are, and they'll come right back. Now, most of the things, so my leeks I start, and my lettuces. Now, as soon as it's warm enough over here, well, it's not frozen through, which will probably be mid-March, I'm going to plant some lettuce directly outside. I'll sprinkle some seeds on top and we'll see what happens and I'll let you know. Yeah, Gina has have onions in her garden all winter. I've had onions in the garden all winter, the green scallions, and I had the white bulbing ones, and they were fine, even leeks. So sometimes you just have to give it a try. But mine survived, and I'm in zone 5B, 6A. And they've been, and we remember when it snows and it covers your plant, it acts like an igloo. It insulates that soil and keeps it actually quite mild. So even though they're frozen on top, it's acting as an insulating blanket. So snow's not always your enemy. Snow can be your friend. So right now my little greenhouses are outside. They're covered with snow. And most people would just wipe off the snow. No, I leave the snow on there to act as an insulation blanket because I'm not going to water. At this point, however, if they were dry, they're going to stay dry. But that insulation will protect them. Once that melts on its own, I'm not going to get involved. Then I'll check and see if it needs some water. If it does, I have some snow in the bucket in the garage that melted. I will water it back with the outdoor water, not tap water. Garlic chives survived. Yep, garlic chives survived here. Some of mine died because I didn't let them reseed like I usually do, but chives survive. Green onions survive. A lot of my herbs are outside still. So seed starting is one thing, but if you can figure out what you can keep outside all year long, I would really recommend that as well, so that you're not doing as much seed starting. You don't want to keep starting things over and over. It can be very time consuming, especially when you have a big garden. You're planting 70 to 100 to 200 plants. Some of us are planting 200 plants. I think last year I had over, because I was doing the seed starting for my garden and the parents' house, at least over 200. Never mind, I had to make them start some seeds too. It's a lot of seeds, and you're up potting. So stagger your seed starting is what I'm trying to say. That was the point of my whole stagger your seed starting. Do not start all your seeds at the same time because certain plants do not need to be started early. So based on my last frost date and my chart, fennel for me, I would start on April the 4th. Can I start it a bit earlier? Of course you can. This is a guideline, not a rule. But by April the 4th, I should have my fennel started so that way I can expect a harvest. Then my second planting of fennel, based on this chart, would be May 19th. So you stagger your seed starting, but you also succession plant your crops. So if you're growing lettuce, let's say in February, you can plant some more lettuce 3 weeks after or 4 weeks after and keep staggering, succession planting the lettuce so that you can have a continual harvest. So that way, when your lettuce gets old, because we like things young and tender, like the OCD is checked young and tender so that they're not bitter, you can get rid of the old. Okay, I see you now. You can get rid of the old lettuce and have the younger. Hey, G Mama.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Hey, Brampton.
Uh-oh. I gotta
You
fix this.
you have a delay? Okay, no problem.
I got to
So
close
Gina's
this.
saying her
Can you
time
hear
is,
me?
yep, my time is thriving outside.
Uh-oh.
You okay, G Mama? Can you hear us or you're
Hold on, I gotta plug in or something
no
because
problem,
yeah,
no
I'm
problem.
having
Tell me when
some
you're ready.
technical difficulty.
So time will thrive. Time will thrive. I have English time outside. I have lemon time outside. It's thriving. I've harvested it during the winter under the snow to cook for Christmas, to cook for then. I'm out there picking it not as heavily because you want fresh herbs sometimes. The lavender is fine outside. The lemon balm is okayish, but I put it in the garage now. Like you'll be surprised. You don't have to bring things inside. They will survive.
Let me try to refresh.
And I said hi to Tigsy, right? Okay, I said Tigsy. Well, of course you take JC, but you're in California. Everything's outside. My Vaseline will protect it. um, Let me see what the veggies get nutrition and a better chance at light. Window dressing, yes. And your time died. Your time. So I've been using neighbors through the fence. Did it die? Because sometimes mine died, but it came back. My time came back, Brampton. It didn't quite die. But what I did was I let it flower and go to seed, which I
Well,
was
my
not doing.
internet, I don't know what's going on.
But I can see you. Sometimes it's a little lagging, but it's okay. So what do you want to add to the seeds? She I think it crashed. Okay, hers crashed. Come back, G Mama. Um yes, cool weather crops like the cold. So that's all I'm saying is stagger your planting, your seed starting. But while you're staggering your seed starting, you also need to schedule your succession planting because you do want other crops. My recommend You left and you came right back.
Y'all, please forgive me. I'm trying to
No
figure
problem, no
this out. I
problem.
done
I know
clicked
the
on the
internet
wrong
sometimes is not our friend. It just
stuff.
acts the fool. So you're in
Okay, I'm
Ohio, G
back.
Mom. I know you're in the cold climate. Are you doing outdoor gardening this season?
Yes. Yes.
And what are
Maybe I
you going to be
should plug
doing?
up my headset. Hold on, let me try some earphones because
No
I can
problem.
hear you, but you keep skipping in and out. Let me see if this will change.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's why, Brampton. If your dog is peeing on the herbs, I don't know what's with dog pee, but they can kill it. That will kill a plant. I we dug up some of the time and we just split it up. And of course, some of the roots got a bit damaged but usually they grow in clusters. I find my thyme grows in clusters, so you can find a nice cluster that you can dig out and you can transplant somewhere else.
Okay.
Are you still there, G Mama? Can you hear me better now? Okay, she's still fixing that. So my tomatoes for my zone, I'm gonna start March 24th, so the end of March, so almost April. That's early enough to start the tomatoes because tomatoes grow very quickly, and your whole seed tray will be full of just leaves, and they're gonna shadow each other out. That's why I stagger my plants. I learned the hard way: do not start your beans and your zucchinis that early because they don't need that much time. They don't. So just take your time and figure out a schedule and start. Now, things that should be direct sown. Hold on, let me bring G Mama back. Some things that should be direct.
I wasn't ready. I don't have any sound. Hold on.
Okay.
Mixing up everything.
Yes.
Can you say something? Okay, you
Hi, G
are
Mama.
talking. I do see your mouth moving.
See me?
So I
Can you
don't know
see me?
why I can't hear. Okay,
Can you hear me now?
this is unbelievable.
No problem. Y'all, I'll start the fresh this summer and the
Audio.
okay. My parsley did not. It did not survive, Brampton. I don't know what happened.
And I was just okay.
Yeah, dwarf tomato. I have tomato in
I
the house
still
that's gonna
can't.
stay in the house. That stays in my house. But the
I
ones for
ain't heard
outdoors,
not of
yeah.
nothing. And why
April. Yeah,
is it not
exactly,
doing that?
Brampton.
Because
April is
my
when I start
volume
my
is up.
tomatoes for the outdoors. I am gonna plant a
There
tomato.
we go. Now I can hear. Good
You can hear
night.
me?
Yes, finally. Can you hear me?
Good. I can hear you just fine. I heard you the whole time.
Oh
I can
Lord.
hear you the whole I heard you
My
the whole
fault.
time.
I
But you
had to
can hear
switch to
us.
my phone because it kept going in and out, and I couldn't hear nothing you was saying. Like what? It was just skipping and skipping and doing circles. I said, "Oh no, this ain't going."
Maybe sometimes the laptop is chipping out from the Wi-Fi, so it probably was your Wi-Fi for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
thinking it
It has
could be the
something to do.
Wi-Fi because my laptop is good.
So I was asking you if you're doing an outdoor garden. You said yes. Then I asked,
Yes.
what are you focusing on for your outdoor garden this year?
My fruits and my perennials because I got some new fruit trees out there. I got my what did I get new? I got a kiwi berry. I actually got two of them. I don't think I need two, but I got two anyway. And I got my yasta berry and my what was the other one that I got? I won when I was on Broke Channel. Oh,
Okay, I know. Yeah, I
Hascap,
know you
the
want some.
honeyberry. Yeah.
Yes, the honeyberry. So you're
Yes.
focusing on like a, or almost like an orchard, almost like a food forest.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting all my fruits together because I just about got everything I want except for my pawpaw. So once I
Same with
figure out
me.
where my pawpaw is gonna go, then I'm gonna get me a couple of them.
I'm doing the similar thing because last year I bought a whole bunch of berries on clearance. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
up pot them. Once it's warm enough to
Mhm.
up pot, I'll be up potting a whole bunch of stuff. I cut two of my own figs and made my own cuttings. I have my own starts. So I have
Mhm.
so I'm gonna up pot those and then make some more cuttings because two of them failed from two of the varieties. So I want
Right.
extra. I want to have like three of each variety. I don't want to just have one in case something happens.
Right.
So I'm focusing on propagation from last year, but this year you're gonna see me up potting all the raspberries, the blueberries, any kind of berries I can get on clearance. I'm gonna be focusing on that.
Yes, that's what
It's
I
less work.
did.
It's like it's free food almost. Well, it is free food
Right. I
versus
got
me
me a new
seeding.
raspberry too because I got tired of getting poked by them raspberry bushes. I had
I
like
did not know that raspberries had thorns until it tore up my arm at
yeah,
my
they
work.
is bad. I was out there trying to clean and I kept rubbing up against it and poking my fingers. And then when I'm trying to do work, I just, thorns is not for
That's
me.
when I learned, oh, that's why. So we got some thornless ones, but I do have thorned ones, so it is what it is. But
Yeah, I
it's a
got
little
rid of my
cheaper.
thorn raspberries and got some thornless raspberries.
But the fruit is so delicious. I'm like,
Yes,
I
and what
like
make it so
raspberries.
bad, the fruit with the thorns is the best tasting.
It's just, yep, it's sweeter. It's sweeter than the other one. So
Right, they are
I have
better
I have
tasting.
those sleeves now that I put on to, I'm like, we having these berries.
Yeah, I'm finna
Um,
invest in some of those gloves that can handle thorns. That's
and
what
I
I'm gonna
find
do.
the birds and the squirrels don't trouble them as much because
Yeah,
the thorn.
that's probably why
So
they so doggone delicious.
right. So I am going to be focusing on that. I have to up pot two of my trees, well, three of them because the
Hmm.
pots are too small. I've been putting it off, but this year, good morning, Rambo. I have to up pot those trees. I need to get
Right.
more production out of those fruit trees because apples be costing a lot of money over here sometimes. Like, when it's
Man,
not
I just did my apple tree so wrong. I hope it come back for me because it was just too tall. It was like 8 feet, and I had to keep on. And I'm not
chewing it
nothing
down.
but yeah. So I cut it in half, and it's almost like eye level to me. So I know it's a little under 5 feet. But I tried to root the top half. Nah, that didn't work out. So I'm hoping my apple tree is all right out there.
I'm gonna be getting some more apples. I do have a one apple tree that has five varieties attached, like wrapped
Hmm.
onto it. But I'm gonna get some Granny Smith because those are very expensive. Like to buy Granny Smith,
Hmm.
I'm like, what is going on? And then I'm gonna maybe get some
Right,
ambrosia or something, Honeycrisp,
right.
something else more.
And I got two varieties. Well, actually, I got four varieties. One of them is a what do you call the apple tree with the grafted, where it's two apples onto one.
I think they call it salad. A salad like a something fruit
Yeah, I
salad
got
tree or
one
something. Yeah.
apple tree that's got two varieties of apples, and
Mm.
then I have my two columnar apple trees, of which one of them I haven't seen in about a year and a half, and then the other one I cut in half. So we gonna pray for that.
I'm gonna revamp the top part of my garden, which I have two new beds that I set them up, but they're empty. So I'm gonna fill
Right.
them up with chicken manure. I'm gonna put the rabbit manure that my friend gave and just fill the beds up this spring and get those started. But I am gonna be focusing more on getting more fruit trees and
Mm-hmm.
getting whether I have to order them or drive to the nursery way up yonder and go pick up some trees that
Right.
are to my zone so I don't have to baby them. I do want some
That
more fruit
part.
trees because
And I'm
these.
dedicating a couple of pots for my root crops
Mhm.
because I haven't been doing that. I've been companion planting everything. So now I'm still going to
Hey,
companion
Jed.
plant, but I'm going to have a designated container like for radishes and turnips and
Yeah.
carrots and stuff like that because it'll be easier for me than to try and dig it out from around my trees and my
Yeah, because
other plants that's
yeah,
out
you're
there.
tampering with the root. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like the companion plant, but now I'm doing like more herbs, the herbs in those plants. So that's
Yeah,
one thing
that's
I'm
what
doing.
I've done. I
I'm
switched
gonna
all
direct
my
sow the
stuff
herbs
that
into
I
the plant.
was planting with my trees. I've switched it
Mhm.
over to like borage and comfrey and
Yeah, yeah.
sage, and all of that stuff is chop and drop, right underneath the tree. So that's what I've been
So,
doing too.
borage. I have not grown borage yet, but I have the seeds. So you use
Hmm.
borage as a companion for your trees and a chop and
Yeah,
drop.
borage is just as
Okay.
good, if not better, as comfrey.
You see, I have comfrey, but I've been fighting with the comfrey because I have to cook
Yeah,
it
as
down so
far
it
as
doesn't get
chop and
hot.
drop.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Because I
Borage
have.
is an excellent chop and
Okay,
dropper.
I'm definitely gonna try the borage because I haven't. I
Yeah, with
know that
the
baby
what do they
was when
call
I
it? The
first heard about
weed
it from.
tea and all of that, the super
Yeah,
juice
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
add borage to it.
Okay, I'm gonna try that because I know comfrey's like the king, but I can't always get
Hmm.
my hands on comfrey. But
Yeah, I
I know for
stumbled upon
sure.
that a couple of years ago because I had started my first strawberry tower. And I
Mhm.
noticed that not only did it get rid of the because I had a bad aphid problem inside of my greenhouse, but
Yeah.
it's like a trap crop, a chop and drop, and it's an all around plant, just like comfrey.
Okay, because I've been using nasturtium as the trap crop, which
Yeah,
worked.
that's a good
Don't
one
get me
too.
wrong. And calendula also was a trap crop because they were
Yes,
up
they
on that.
are.
But
And
I
believe
will
it or
try
not,
borage.
basil will also do that.
I have not had them on the basil, but the
Only when
calendula.
it flowers. A lot of people don't know that. And you
Oh,
gotta have more than just one plant. It has to be like a bush, a shrub. Once
not
it
one single.
flowers,
Okay.
that's when the effects of the herb actually work. It doesn't work just because it's leafing and you can smell the leaves and it's very aromatic. It's the actual
Oh.
flowers that do
That
the
attract them,
repellents.
and that's exactly what happened. The nasturtium flowers and the calendula flowers attracted
Hmm.
them. So I harvested the flowers because they weren't on the flower; they were on the stem. But I
Right.
but I had to wash them because sometimes they're hiding in the flower before I bring them
Right.
out.
Let
So
that
I washed
basil
them
go to seed because that's what I mean, let it go to flower. You
the
don't have to
flower.
necessarily go to seed, but I'm just saying once it flowers, that's when that basil is the most powerful.
Okay, I'm gonna try that because I had a few that I did not let go to flower, and
Hmm.
even the shishu, I did that 1 year. Let me tell
Right.
you, I didn't do it I just didn't have time, but I have the seeds. That smelled beautiful. That had a beautiful.
It
I didn't know it
did.
smelled
I didn't
so
get a
good.
chance to eat it. I'm still upset. I'm finna grow me some more of this once I start putting down my brassicas and stuff.
It
I'm putting
smelled
me down some cheese.
like
So
even like bergamot. That smelled
said, "What
divine.
is that?
Ooh,
Is that you?" It sure
but
was.
don't let the
That
seeds
doggone
drop.
cheese. So
Don't let the seeds drop. I had shishu
that part.
in every patio stone, every crevice.
Hmm.
It was popping up,
Well,
and
I
I would
don't
just,
mind the shiso popping up, but that mullet.
hey,
Now
Nicole
that
Rose.
is, I still ain't got that all out of my pots. And I grew that like 2, 3 years ago.
Yes, Brampton was right. She's saying petunias work great. Petunias work great.
Yeah, I love petunias
I just can't get
and
them.
pansies.
I have to be buying them. I tried to grow them from seed in the jugs, the winter jugs, and nothing happened.
It takes a long time. It
Maybe
takes a
that's why.
long
That's
time. They
probably
take
why.
longer than peppers.
That's
'Cause
probably what happened.
I didn't gave up on some pansies and some petunias. Like these seeds must
I
be
said, "No, let's
dead.
have
Like
this."
why
So I
are
bought a
they
few from
not
the nursery.
germinating? And then they start poking their little heads out, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh
okay.
wow. So you just want to
Petunias
take
are
your
amazing.
time. Huh?
I see. I'm learning a lot. So this is good for the seed starting outside, like the companion. So this has gone from seed starting to companion planting, but it's all the same because you got to plant in your garden. Now, when it comes to companion planting, I that's when I direct sow. I have a plant that's already going.
Yeah.
I'll sprinkle some seeds around the pot because I don't want to be
Hmm.
starting everything from seed. You don't have enough unless you have a whole huge operation. Most of us have a house that we're doing it
Right.
in, and somebody else may say you can't take over the whole living room and the kitchen and the this and the that room. Like it's gonna be some kind of power struggle because it's like the whole house is
Yeah,
gonna be a seed starting
but you
tray.
got to have control of that
You got to
because if
control
you
yourself.
start letting them plants grow and just grow until it's time to go, then yeah.
And yeah, so direct sowing is going to be your best friend in a lot of things, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Don't get away from direct sowing, even though, oh yeah, seed starting. Everyone's, if you don't
Right.
have to start seeds and you're in a climate that you can just like, that's one thing I always get upset when I watch Dan's Food Forest.
Right.
He's always just broadcasting here and just broadcasting there and sees what
But
happens.
I did just do that though. I did that with some seeds. I did that with my poppies. I just put them out there in the snow, and I did that with some lupins.
And he's just like, and I'm like salty because he's in Florida and I'm struggling here with the snow in Toronto. I'm like,
Right.
but I'm laughing. It's like a play, but I'm like, he's just broadcasting here and broadcasting there. I don't think he starts any seeds in a pot. He just broadcasts here and oh, that's this, oh, that's that. And then he transplants them and it's like a huge
Right.
forest. That's the ideal, but I can't, yeah, ain't no
Yeah, not
broadcasting
in a
happening there.
container. In a container, you'll be still questioning, like, what is you? You kind of look like a cucumber, but you could be a squash.
Hold on. Did you go to CD Saturday yet? No, I never heard of CD Saturday. It
Seedy
starts
Saturday. Where
Brampton
is that?
saying, I don't know, must be something in Brampton. Brampton is March 8th. I never,
Oh,
well,
that's
I know
Canada stuff.
must be. I know our library has a seed day, but I only dropped off my seeds like a month, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago from 2024. Like I borrow seeds from them, then I harvested all my seeds, and I kind of keep them for the winter. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going outside again. And then I dropped them off like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
She's like, what is it? I'm like, oh, it's for the seed library. Oh. So I had a whole bunch of seeds that I harvested from what I planted from them, and I had them already in baggies labeled, what it is, and so they could give them out. So, but I never get my seeds back, which I don't like. So when I donate
Mm,
to the library, it goes to the main library and they
mm-hmm.
they, they share them out. So I never see
Mm,
my seeds come back to my neighborhood. So I'm kind of like, what is that? Like I want my seeds to kind of be in the neighborhood.
right,
They've
right.
gone over here and over there, and I get, some scraps sometimes, but I got the Dark Galaxy, I got the white beefsteak tomato, and something else that I got
Hmm.
from
I see a
them.
lot of people growing that white tomato.
Oh, it's nice. It was nice. The only thing is that the color throws you off because like, is it ripe? Yeah, it's ripe.
Hmm.
It looks like a pastel-y kind of soft yellow. It's
Right.
not gonna go any brighter. So you got to pick it then. And if you don't pick,
Okay.
damn squirrels will be up eating that because they can smell it's ripe. So you got to pick it early. And
I wonder if it'll turn red if it's overripe.
oh, it's overripe. It's gone bad.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm wrong. That's what I'm wondering. Will it turn red if it's overripe, or will it
mm-mm.
continue to
It'll
hold
turn
on
more
to that?
yellow and it'll just get mush. But that
Okay.
tomato is so juicy. It has a lot of
Mm.
seeds, which is good because it's a lot of, and I had it on toast. I had it in hamburger. I just was eating tomatoes like I was turning into a tomato. It was like, when you
It
eat a lot of
happens.
tomatoes, that your hands start to smell like a tomato, like you can smell on your fingers. My
And
hands were smelling like a
cucumbers.
tomato. I was eating tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
every single day. And the Dark Galaxy for me was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
Excuse
It's
me.
usually on a Saturday or Sunday, local seed companies and seed swaps, usually at a community center. I'll
I
have to
can't see
Google
the chat.
that. Yo, okay, well, I'll put it up. Yeah, because you're on the phone. So she's
Yeah.
saying it. I'll check it out. She knows Brampton knows all the seed stuff because I follow her on Instagram and
Right.
I never heard of that company. I'll go check it out. I never heard of half of these companies. I grew up basically asking your neighbor for seeds or your community, and that was it. I didn't even know
Right.
this so big as it is now, all these companies. And maybe you go to the store and you find some Mackenzie seeds and some other seeds if you're lucky, but we never had it.
Right.
No. Yes, your local library is fantastic. I've gotten a lot of seeds from them and I've donated a lot since I
I
learned
didn't even
about it.
ask the last time I was there. I'm gonna take some up there and see.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just at
telling
the
you,
library.
people are growing, and there's some varieties that I've heard of it, but I didn't know that people had them here locally. So I guess
Right.
they're going around, and it cut costs for people. Seed
Mm-hmm.
buying all these varieties is a very expensive feat, and we're all seed addicts.
That's why I'm
Well,
waiting until
we're
I
all
can
seed
see if we
addicts.
got these pawpaws down here versus trying to
Hmm.
get them off a line, because if I get them down here, that's a native plant down here.
Hey, Bayou Sugar. Um, Yeah, it's basic, but Brampton just keep donating to them. I'm telling you, I've been donating all kind of seeds. I've been buying, Baker Creek seeds, or whatever company, and I grow the stuff and I donate the seeds back. And now they're seeing I'm seeing a lot more variety. People are donating. Oh, okay, let me know, because people are
Right.
getting back into gardening and they want
Right.
the variety. They don't want
And they
the
want
plain.
new stuff.
Yeah, they want new stuff. They want different colored stuff. They want the fancy looking stuff.
Right.
They want different pumpkins. So we're we've changed the dynamic of the seed library, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing people my age, which I'm not young, but I'm fairly, young-ish compared to and we're donating seeds. We're finding things from our islands, from our native countries. We're growing the callaloo here and stuff, and they're donating it back, and people are seeing. But it took time. It took 3 years. Since 3 years, I'm seeing more varieties because I've been actively donating and getting people to donate. They
Mm.
had made okay, and I
Right.
write down I write the variety down. I write down the about it, how many days. I write down the information on it so that they can know what it is. Yeah,
Right.
but the people made it better, not the library. The library was very basic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
some of those seeds are invasive though. Which ones? Oh, the tomato. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Most of the seeds are native to my area. Oh, she's talking about the seeds from the library. Some things are
Mm-hmm.
invasive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
March 1st. Okay, I usually go to Mississauga and I go to Toronto Library. Is it the Mississauga Library 11th seed? Yeah, I like the Mississauga one because, well, it was scanty. The meeting was scanty, like 5 of us, but they bring somebody from the conservation authority, and the conservation lady is the one who gave me the seeds for milky weed, and she gave me bergamot, something else, milky weed and
Mm.
something else, because they want more butterflies. They want you to attract more native
Right.
bees and native butterflies. So I'm
Right.
not really into the flowers, but some of those flowers are herbs. So I've been
And
planting
edible.
edible. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
planting them to kind of. And last year, I haven't seen a monarch butterfly since I was a child. Mind you, you're in the office, you're working, you're not really outdoors like you used to be. So maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen a monarch butterfly in years. I saw 2 monarch butterflies in my yard when I was there, and
Oh
they were
wow.
drinking nectar from the zinnias or whatever
Oh
they're getting
wow.
from the zinnias. I didn't know zinnias. There was monarchs. I saw the swallowtail butterfly, and they laid their eggs in in my dill and my fennel. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
learned here before. All these caterpillars all over the damn place, and there was the black swallowtail, and I saw a blue jay. Haven't seen a blue jay in a long time, and some other birds, because we're planting. And whatever I plant
Ooh,
and the
that's
seeds
okay.
go to my neighbor who never mows his lawn, it's all wildflowers on his side because it's all my flowers that blew over there. So, they're attracting a lot more wildlife, which is good. Bee bomb. Oh yes, that's it. Bee bomb is bergamot. Mine did. Does it come
Oh
back faster? Because
yeah, I
mine,
love me some bee
mine
balm.
kind of
But
did.
last year I had a problem with the fungus and the what is
Oh,
that
the
white
powdery
stuff?
mildew.
Mold. Yeah, powdery mildew. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It was sucking up and it was only on my bee balm. And I
it
had
was
two
on my
different
bee balm and on my cucumbers in
it
the
was
same
only on
area.
my
Yeah,
I had two different varieties and they were in two different areas. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this a thing? Why is this fungus out here like that? And it was looking bad. It was looking like it was very furry and very disgusting.
that's why. Where's my paper? That's why I'm gonna start doing what growing out the box does as a preventative. He puts the milk, the whey. He makes
Yeah,
a
I
spray
use
out of
that
whey.
too. Yeah,
I have
I use
never
that
used
too.
it, but I'm gonna use it because he did not have any issues with any of the mildews or anything like that, or the mold,
Hmm.
because he's been
I've
doing
been
that as a
using
preventative.
that too. That and then follow up with some Epsom salts because that'll give the nutrients back to the leaves also.
Epsom salt. Hold on.
Hmm.
I'm just writing down some things so I can put in my notebook. And then hold
And
on,
I
grab.
use that when I
Hey,
see
Jojo.
like the leaves out there turning like you know how you see the veins and they're a different color. The leaves are dark. I mean the veins are different, darker than the leaves.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's when I use the Epsom salts.
There's
It's
a
more
so
or
much.
less a
There's so much free
quick fix.
free things, but we don't know. Okay, March 1st.
Right.
March 1st. March 1st. That's around the corner. Sorry, I'm just writing down
Mhm.
March 1st, Saga Library. Okay, so that one I will go to that one. Maybe Royal Botanical. Check that out. I'd never heard of that one either.
Oh yeah,
My
that
hyssop
hyssop will
did
be
well,
back.
as I hope it comes back. Not sure if I'm going to start
That
more.
hyssop is gonna be back. That's a strong plant, and
Is
it's
it?
gonna come back with more. Yeah,
I want
I
to
think
actually.
mine is the blue treasure
I'm gonna
or
message
tre.
Gretchen on Instagram because I
It's
need.
got
I
something to
don't know
do
if I
with
have
money.
hyssop. I'm gonna check. But I want the.
Yeah, that hyssop. I got it
You have the
underneath
blue
my
Hubbard.
grapevine out there, and it's delicious. Also, every now and then when I'm out there, I will have a leaf, and then I'll take like a stem in the house and make some tea. So yeah, it's a versatile plant.
And it's from what I'm growing it because of the healing properties, because it was excellent
Yeah.
for the during the 2020 people were growing blue
Mhm.
vervain and hyssop. I found blue vervain tea bags, so there
Mhm.
might be seeds in the bag. So I'll try. Sometimes you can get seeds from the tea bags. Um,
Right. That's something I
but
haven't tried.
oh, you could those tea bags is just dried herbs. So chamomile tea, you can take the seeds from there and grow
Right.
chamomile like nothing, no problem. The hyssop I know is a powerful herb, but I don't think I have the seeds. I gotta check because sometimes they have
Cause
two
I
names
be
for stuff.
seeing a herb in there. I want to try and plant all the time, but I'm like, I don't know if it'll germinate.
And
What is
Tigsy,
it? The
I got
card
the
is it
seeds, Tigsy. If you
cardamom? It's a
didn't hear me
little
right.
green like
Cardamom?
cardamom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Is it
love
like a
cardamom.
little green? Yeah, it be in
Pod,
the
it's a
tea,
pod.
and I
It's
be
a pod.
wondering if I could,
Yes.
yeah, if I could
I've never
germinate.
grown cardamom. I've never researched it, but I use it all the time. I use it for tea. I
Right.
use it
That's why
for
I would want to. Yeah. That's why I would
I
want to
think
grow it.
cardamom was a secret ingredient when I was taking a baking class way back, and they put
Hmm.
cardamom in the apple pie filling, and it had that nice flavor to the apple pie.
Right.
Cardamom, like I've never used that before then, and somebody gave me cardamom from Sri Lanka, and I have pods here that I use for making like a tea blend so that I can make like special plant-based milk, like a latte thingy. So it
Yeah, I've
adds
been
another
trying to
flavor.
do that. It ain't been turning out in the best of my interest, but I'm gonna continue to keep trying because I want to
Some
do
of them
my
taste
own
some of them
almond
taste
milk.
good.
I want to do my own oat milk. I just don't want to be buying that junk no more. I want to do it myself.
Hey, Jamaica, good morning. If I missed anybody, it's because I'm literally watching it G Mama and I'm not even looking at the chat. But Tigsy, I got the seeds. It came on Wednesday. So I got them. And I'm pretty sure I have seeds off my hips up.
Good morning, everybody. I didn't get a chance to speak to. I
Cardamom is
can
common
kind
in
of see the
Scandinavia.
chat a little bit.
Yeah, the Indians. I know the Indian people that I know, they use a lot of cardamom and they make their own chai. Rice. I for the plant-based milk, this is what I bought. I spent the money more than I should have, but I bought it. I bought the
Mhm.
new device from Nama, the Nama M1, and it makes all the plant-based milks, which is great, but it's expensive. But I
Really?
paid it on Afterpay for how many weeks. But anyways,
That part, I need to check that out myself.
but I see people using the one off of Timu. There's one off of Timu. It's
Hmm.
called something or other. It's like it's similar. You
The
have to
first
strain the
one
milk
I
after.
seen is something about a cow. Is it
No,
nut cow, milk
forget
cow?
the almond cow, the mad cow, forget the cow
Yeah, them.
one. Because the cow one, everybody who had that cow, we'll call it the mad cow, had that one and went to the Nama is not going back to the almond cow. Because
Really? That's
you gotta
good
fit the nuts in this
information.
thing. It's too hard to close to get the almonds
Okay,
into the
so I'm
blade.
gonna have to
Then you
send
have
me
to
some coins for that memoir.
no, go on Amazon. There's one for like $80, if not cheaper. It's also on Temu and TikTok Shop, and people
Hmm.
like it, but you have to strain it. You have to strain it.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Which is why I got the Nama because I have time for straining. So I paid the money, but I'm
I
like, I
want
don't
the
have to strain.
machine. Let me just pull my
Yeah.
junk out. I ain't trying to do no extra squeezing and
Nope.
separation. Yeah,
And then
no.
no, I
Yeah.
don't have time for that. And then the nut milk
I'm
that
in the
people
kitchen
freezing.
gadgets. That's what I'm
No,
into.
no, no. I said I'm not doing that. So I
Right.
bought it and I've been using that since December. I got it in December.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna
somebody
be
else
giving me
bought
some
it after I
coins
bought it. I'm like,
together.
don't buy it. Buy it when you want it. No, you're buying it. I'm buying it. I'm like, oh my God. So we both bought the machine. And honestly, I haven't bought nothing from, well, I have some milk here from before. that I'm
Mhm.
trying to finish up from Costco. But I'm not buying any more almond milk,
Yeah,
dairy
that's
milk,
what I'm trying to,
oat
man.
milk.
I
I'm
was
making
just in there the
castor
other day
milk.
telling my cousin, look at these dry blueberries that I bought from the store. Look at all these
I
ingredients. It don't take all of this to dry no blueberries.
no,
What
who
is
doesn't?
all
That's what I'm
this
saying. Just dry
citric
it.
and
No,
ascorbic acid and white sugar? And what is all of that for? Just and rinse them
chlorinated
off
vitamin
and put
C
them in the
powder drop placed with a
dehydrator.
hint of hydrogen peroxide and hydrochloric acid. And I'm like, but I just asked for blueberries. I don't
Thank
understand.
you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't.
man, I don't even.
I haven't bought anything and in a while because I'm making my own milk. It tastes 10 times better. It's
Yes, I just
creamier
gotta get me a good recipe. That's why I said if I
and
get
there's
me a
no
machine,
additives. I
and
put
now that I
this
know you done told me about that Namwa, it is
you
on
see,
and popping.
girl, you gonna be making it every 'cause, hey,
Oh yeah,
I'm sitting with Janet.
I'm
You
sure
are
of it.
going to listen, it's not cheap. I'm not denying it,
That's
but
why I said I gotta save my coins.
I was I was
Get
like
back
getting up
into
in the
my
morning.
challenge, like growing with Hudson
Yeah,
said, put a couple of dollars away. Yep.
put it away, and then you can also pay in installments. They have the Afterpay, the Easy Pay,
Mm-hmm.
Affirm. They have all kind of options to pay it off.
Okay, I'm with a
And the
firm.
machine
Look.
is not cheap. Like I mean, like it's not cheaply made. Like that motor is like
Right.
an airplane. Like I'm like this thing is spinning. Then I was
Wait,
giving
do
the
it
quote.
do juice and everything, or is
It
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 just
can. But the only person I saw do videos is Itel Eats and Treats. She's a Jamaican
mhm,
plant-based eater.
mhm.
She did oils, emulsified oils in there. She made a
What?
smoothie. She made some other stuff in there that nobody else is showing. She's
Okay.
going above and beyond. All I'm
Yeah, because
saying is
if
milk.
that thing do juice and milk, oh, I'm finna sell
It can
my
do
little
juice,
machine, and that'll
but
be
I
going
have the
towards
juicer,
my.
so I'm doing that. I juice in the other one. I juice
Because
in the
I got a
nano, but
regular juicer. It don't make no sense to have a juicer and one that do milk when I can have the one that do milk and juice.
you you will still use both because there's certain things I wouldn't put in that machine. I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, it's more like she did mango and something else, but
Okay.
I wouldn't do. I would still use both machines, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I have a juicer
Okay.
and I have that, and I'm probably gonna
Yeah, I
get
got a
the
juicer
Ninja
already. That's
Crispy.
why I said if it do both of them, I'm gonna sell that juicer and
Listen,
until we gonna
when
ride
you're
with that.
when you can't sleep, do not go on your phone and start looking at these social media stuff. Because I saw
Oh
the
no.
Ninja Crispy,
Mm-mm.
then I want the Ninja Sorbet, the Ninja,
Yeah, I
whatever.
want the
Then they
ice
have the
cream.
Ninja. Yes, but then they have a new one. They
They
have
need to
the
cut
cool
it
soft
out.
serve.
Who is
They
coming
have the
up with
soft
this
serve,
stuff and why are they doing
and
that?
I'm like, and then the phone is so evil. You go on there and you see that the new machine. Then you go on Amazon, it's popping up the ads for you. I'm telling
And
you that
now
the
it's got
Amazon,
another little
you see this
attachment
thing,
gadget that you need to get before it sell out. What?
and then it starts going on Instagram showing you all these things. I'm like, you wicked. Get out of here.
They
But
trying to
the
get
Ninja,
all the coins.
I'm telling you, Ninja is taking over. The Ninja Creamy, then there's the Ninja Soft Serve, then the
Yeah,
Ninja
that
Slushy,
creamy is that's the one I want.
the
I don't
green.
care nothing about
Oh
nothing else.
man,
If I get hold to that creamer, that cream
that's it.
machine, ice cream machine, yeah,
That's it. Life is
I would
over.
be in heaven.
And they're making some nice. People are making some nice ice creams, like original recipes with that
Of
machine.
course.
I'm like, damn. But
And I've
anyways,
been
I'm
looking
not.
at
I'm
it
not
so
gonna
long.
get
You
it.
ever heard of nice cream with an N?
Yeah, that's what we make. Nice cream
Okay,
with the
yeah.
fruits
I
and the
don't think I'm
coconut.
caring for that very much.
Someone
It's
made
made unless
soursop ice
I'm not
cream.
making it, correctly. But I'm gonna need some more practice with that.
I make it. I make it, but then what you do is you make it. I put it in a pan, and then I put it back in the freezer because sometimes it gets too soft.
Right,
So I blend it up in the blender, make a thick smoothie. I pour it
right.
in the tray, and I put it in the freezer. And then you scoop it out. It tastes.
Do you use a sweetener?
Sometimes I'll use dates, but
Yeah, I
most times
tried date.
no. Strawberry
I
and
tried
bananas to
that. I
me
think
are
mine.
too much.
I don't know. Maybe sugar is bad for me because it just wasn't all that sweet. Because I had put
No,
two
it's not.
dates.
It's not. It's not sweet. It's not sweet like that. It's
Yeah,
more
I
of a
put two dates
caramelly.
in there, and I was
No,
like,
no,
"Where is
it's
the?
not. It's never
I
gonna be like the
am
sugar,
not
but it's
right."
it's but it's not. like unsweetened. It just has a nice
Right.
creamy
Yeah. It's
and then the
like a
strawberry.
small hint of, yeah, it's there, but
Yeah.
it could be stronger.
But I find when you're craving sugar, it's because the item needed a bit of salt. So sometimes you put a
Okay.
pinch of salt. I
And you
put
know what?
cinnamon,
I have been leaving that out, even though I be seeing people say add a pinch of salt,
a
and I'm
pinch.
like, man,
Yeah.
I ain't putting no salt in my junk. I don't want that.
Sometimes, sometimes because what you're lacking is not the sugar. You're lacking a bit of salt to balance the
Okay,
flavors. You keep
that
adding
makes sense.
sugar, but then it's not. It still doesn't taste right because you need a bit of
Yeah,
salt and a pinch of cinnamon just to balance out the flavors. Sometimes
yeah,
you need
that
some
makes
lemon,
sense.
a squeeze of lemon, but I love it.
Yeah, right.
And speaking of stevia, I grew stevia. Auntie Ellen's talking about stevia. I
Mm-hmm.
grew stevia for listen, Brampton. Don't tell me about no ninja on sale at Costco.
That part.
You know,
She gonna dangle it out there.
I'm telling you. But I grew stevia for the first time. I bought the seedling. I don't have the seeds.
Right.
I haven't seen the seeds. Anyways, when I want to buy seeds, they were out of stock. Anyways, I got the
Mm-hmm.
plant in the garage. I dried it myself and I ground it up. That tasted totally different from any stevia that I've
That
ever
stuff is
purchased.
stronger than strong. And when you dry it, this go for any herbs, it becomes stronger.
Yep. So you don't need that much. You don't need that
Becomes
much.
stronger. Yes, it does. Like, wait a minute, this is not what I, yeah. So
It was
stevia, I
delicious.
don't really too much do the dried stevia, and I got a lot because I grew a lot of plants from seed.
Mhm.
But I
But
prefer
it's
to
funny
have
how
the
when you buy
plant and
stevia
use the leaf while it's still, fresh.
green, okay, so green, yeah. I didn't use no, I ate the leaf fresh outside and I let people come over and try it because I'm like, try this is what stevia is. And they're
Mhm.
like, no, 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 no. I'm like, no, try it. And they're like, oh my God, it's sweet. I go, yeah. So you could put that in your fresh tea leaf. You could put that in there with
Mhm.
it to add the sugar. But I was
Mhm.
wondering, like, why is stevia when you buy it, it's white? It's not green. When you grow it, it's green.
That's
When you
not
buy it from the store, it's a
stevia.
white
Wait,
powder.
stevia is white at the store?
When you buy it in the packets, it's white. Yes.
It should
It's a
not be
white
white.
powder. It should
That
not be
is
white.
that's some kind of
It's
chemical processing when it's white
That's what I'm
because
saying.
it is green.
So you're eating this plant, this natural plant-based sugar, but it's been
Right.
so processed, it's not
I
even
ain't
green.
never
It's
tasted
supposed to be
that. Well,
green.
I ain't never bought no stevia in the pack,
I
so I don't know. Wow,
I
that is
did. I was
something.
buying it. I was buying it in the pack because I was trying to get off of sugar, and I
Mhm.
found it had a weird aftertaste. I still don't love it, but it's okay. Has an
Mhm.
aftertaste that I don't like aspartame. But it's a
Yeah,
white powder.
most what are they packet sugar? Those little packets of sugar, they do have that aftertaste.
Yeah. So now that I'm growing stevia and it's so easy to grow, I'm like, I really am not
Mhm.
I'm not buying stevia ever again. And then I think Brampton just said, one second here. She's just the colder something gets, the less sweet it tastes. So you need to make it sweeter than you would drink.
Mhm.
So I learned to kind of not have it sweet because I don't want any more sugar. You dropped the
Right.
affiliate link anyhow, Brampton. How dare you? Stevia is hard to grow, sorry. Sprinkle on top of soil and use a warming mat. I've never grown it, so I don't know. I bought the
Yeah, I
seedling.
grown it
If
from
they have
seed. It
if
is.
I
It's
go to
just
the
like
store and they have
growing
it there, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not
lettuce. You
yeah,
have to
I'm not
just
doing
let it get light on top of the
light.
soil. Yeah,
Okay, so
it needs
stevia
light
should
to
never be
germinate.
white. Yeah, it's processed. Um,
Mhm.
okay, hold on. So she's saying they bleach commercial see, they bleach it.
Oh
Why would you need
Lord.
to why would it have to be white?
Oh
Like what's wrong with the
Lord. I
green
can't.
powder? So
That's
don't buy
unfortunate.
stevia. And then Brad was saying it should be liquid. I saw somebody make it in the liquid form. They steeped the stevia in something and then
Oh
they
yeah, that's like that liquid sugar. Yeah.
something. So I'm gonna try making it liquid next time.
Yeah.
Make the extract
Yeah,
and make
that's
it
what it's
liquid, and
called,
then they put it in
extract.
their coffee. Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm saving up for that machine. Not well, I'm not gonna get the Levo, but something similar to the Levo because I want
Mhm.
to make some more of those, like you know, oils and extracts and
Yeah, it's a
tinctures
lot of good
myself.
machines out there. I done had mine I got mine back in 2019. So I've been having that machine for a long time. And electronics, they get better every couple of years because they even got a better one that they pushing right now for gummies and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of because people be in competition with each other. So you can find a machine that will do that, if not more, and for a
Um,
cheaper price.
that's what I'm gonna try to get. Stevia, she grew stevia from seed in the last 5 years, and only 1 year did it I succeed. Yeah, there's some things that I'm not really
Yeah,
gonna
they is
grow
very
from
hard
seed.
to.
I'm gonna buy the seedling. I'm gonna buy multiple. So I'm gonna go back
Mhm.
to that seedling store this spring. If I can find some more stevia, I'll buy another two so I can have two pots of stevia going so I can really get
Yeah,
more
it took
because
me a long time to grow some stevia from seed. Like, is it ever
yeah.
gonna germinate? Am I doing this right? I know how to grow from seeds. What is going on? Yeah, so I'm cool
He
with
buys
it.
the
I ain't
extra
gotta
from
do
Healthy
that.
Planet and we just
But what
make
I want to try
seed.
is the actual sugar beets, but I don't have enough room for that because they get huge.
I have the seeds. I have the
Hmm.
seeds, but I planted some last year. No, I'm lying. It wasn't. Did I plant them last year? I'm not
Those
sure,
and
but
parsnips.
my
Oh my
golden
God.
beets didn't. I didn't get no beets last year. Golden beets struggled. My red beets struggled.
Mhm.
I did get some sugar beets. Somebody I ordered some from MI Gardner and somebody sent me some as well. I asked several people and I got some from somebody else. I think GT Junior sent me some. So
Yeah,
I am
I
gonna
would
try the
need
sugar
some
beet
bigger. I would actually need some property to plant them sugar beets because they get too
or a
big
big old
for a
pot or a
container.
big old pot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have
I
one
like
big
beets
enough.
though. I like beets because it's a 2 for 1. For me, beets are a 2 for 1. If you don't
Yeah,
like
me
beets, you
too.
can eat the leafy greens. It's quite simple.
But you
You don't
know
have
what get huge that I didn't expect to get real big is a
rutabaga.
parsnip.
Oh, they can get big. I
Them
buy them from the store.
that
I never grow them. I buy
took
them.
over the whole container. Like, wait a minute, what is this? This is a parsnip. Yeah, and that's a good trap crop too because it was trapping a lot of aphids.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I've never grown it. I buy it from the store when I'm doing juice cleanses and stuff. I buy my burdock, my parsnip, sometimes that daikon
Hmm.
radish. That can wash you right out.
Yeah,
Um, Jesus.
I need to get me some Daycons this season.
Daikon radish, and certain things I buy them in bulk because it's cheaper.
Right.
But my spring nursery list, like there's things I buy from the nursery. I bought a plant from the nursery, which is the bee balm. I let it go to seed. I hope the seeds fell in the pot. I don't know. So if it comes back, great. I'm not sure. But if not, I will start some from seed. I want to do some milkweed this year, which I think
Mm-hmm.
cold stratified.
Yeah,
So
bee
maybe not.
balm is easy to spread by seed.
Yeah, and it's just I don't mind because I can use it. I can pick it
Right,
up
me
and
too.
the chickens will eat
I
it.
love
The
me some
chickens
bee
will eat that.
balm.
I find the chickens like a lot of the herbs when you mix the herbs with their leafy greens, like even the
Mm-hmm.
comfrey, they love comfrey. They gobble
Mm-hmm.
that down. They love the lilac bush when I take the flowers off and put the whole
Mm-hmm.
bush in there. They gobble that off, and it's good for parasite cleanses for them as well. So some of these
Right.
herbs, I don't mind because the animals will eat them. So
Right.
it's divine. But that's what I'm saying. Some things are not worth for me, seed starting. It's just
Right.
too much work. If you have the time,
Mm-hmm.
the patience, go ahead. With my short growing season, I'll go to the nursery and buy some. Give them
Right.
$2, like give them the little money for it
And
because it's
this year, I'm
work.
also looking for establishment of my perennials, like my peppermint and my hibiscus. I've
Mhm.
been growing those and I put them in fabric pots. And usually fabric my plants
I'm
will
planting burdock.
survive if I cover them up and I covered half of them up and
Yeah.
I didn't cover the other half because I want to see if I can leave them uncovered versus covering everything up all the time because that's getting on my nerves. And what I learned about my plant covers is they supposed to come off when it's above 30 degrees. Oh no, not around here they not because who ain't gonna keep putting them on and off is me because why? Like I
I'm not doing
understand the
that.
temperature fluctuation and everything, but during the wintertime, I am not going back out there and taking them covers off once they is on, and I make sure they secure
Who's going
until
outside?
I can
I'm only
grow.
going out to feed my chickens. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been outside at all.
That part. And I just was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to take these things off when it's over
Taking off
30
what?
degrees. Who doing?
Half the time the things are
Not over
frozen shut.
here.
Never mind. I have water bottles out there, they're frozen solid.
Not
I
around
have a
here.
pot. There's a pot I tried to move. I can't move it. It's frozen to the ground.
Yeah, it's a lot of mine got ice
That's
in
it.
it. And I'm looking like, I was just
Mm-mm.
looking at my garlic the other day. I say, I don't know how that green garlic stem is coming out of that ice block, but I sure hope y'all be here when it thaw out. Thaw out.
Well, they're good because the snow insulates them underneath, so they're chilling. But
Hmm.
up top, mm-mm.
But
They're
it's
not
in a
being licked.
fabric container and it's not
Oh, that's
covered.
yeah. I don't know. Whatever
Yeah,
survives.
that's why I said this is my experimental year, and everybody that survived, we ain't bringing them covers back out for a while.
Nope. Nope. There are some things that are literally the freezing. They're cracking, so they're broken. So and the skin
Mm-hmm.
throats
And
and
see,
stuff.
that's another reason because I just like I said, chop down. Well, I ain't chop it down. I'm gonna say I prune down my apple tree. So I really wanted to cover that up to make sure that it would be okay during the cold because I did it. It was almost cold. I want to say it was around September, October. So it ain't really had that much time to heal up before the cold actually hit.
My problem is those fabric bags. Most of them have
Mm-hmm.
holes in them. Either the
Mm.
mice built tunnels or the snails dug whatever, they're holes. And the dirt is rolling out of the bags. So
Yeah.
I have to go find iron-on patches to iron on to plug the holes. Because we ain't buying new
But
bags.
I'm
Those are
gonna
gonna
tell
stay
you a
there till they
secret to these fabric pots too, because all fabric pots are not created equal. I
come to
done
the
said it.
Philippines.
Yeah, I done said it a couple of times. But when you're buying fabric pots, there are um weights as far as fabric weight on a pot, and it should have. If it don't have, then it's made out of a fabric that's going to disintegrate very easily. So you want to look for a pot that's at least 300D, 400, 600D is the best that I think you'll probably find for a fabric pot. I'm not sure, but yeah, anything over 300D would be good for us because those cheap fabric pots not only do they rip and tear, but your plants grow through the bottom of the bag. Like,
Yeah.
wait a
And
minute.
you see all these
They
roots
are
just all
not
over the
supposed
place.
to grow. Yep, those roots are supposed to be pruning. That's the purpose of a fabric pot is to prune, air prune your roots. If those roots are growing through the bottom of the bag, that bag ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Therefore, that's a cheap bag. And
Yeah.
that's real life.
That yeah. So I think I have the cheap one. So I ain't buying new bags. That bag's gonna sit right there until the bag can't bag no
Hmm.
more. So that one little hole, you're gonna see some iron-on patches in my garden this year because we're gonna patch up them holes, and it's gonna keep going. The soil's healthy,
Right.
soil's
It's
fine.
gonna hold the dirt
When
in
the
there.
bag
Know
is
that.
no good, that's when I'll get rid of the bag. But we ain't doing
Hmm.
that. We ain't doing that. It's just it's costing too much money, which is like what I keep saying. Like some things we gotta buy better quality from the beginning once you learn better.
Yeah,
You do better. But
that's
now that I
what
know there's
I
there's there's
am.
categories of grow bags, I'll buy the better ones, or I'll just buy a pot.
That's another thing I was doing this season is upgrading my pots because I've
Mhm.
been growing in the same containers since I started growing in 2018 and now they starting to disintegrate. And
Mm.
I just had my first milk crate to collapse. Like, oh my God, wait a minute now. Why is this thing breaking down? So yeah, after time they do break down, but I see that the more sturdier the pot, the better the longer it'll have with holding the plant. And I done replaced a lot of stuff like my herbs and stuff. I'm switching those out to the fabric pots because they
Mhm.
grow very well. And then I'm just getting the thicker pots for my fruit trees and my
Yeah, the fruit
shrubs
trees.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that because they don't need to be, changed but every couple of years. So
And I
I'm
have to
good
make
with
sure that
that.
the plastic can handle the frost because that's the
Right.
problem. You buy these pots, you move them in the spring, and they're cracking up because the cold
Yes,
makes
and I
it
done
brittle.
had some pies. I done bought like, oh my goodness, this sucker done cracked, and it wasn't even. what, rain and sun one good time. It didn't even make it through 2 seasons.
Nope. So I'm like, I need to get some better, bigger pots because
Mm-hmm.
what you're spending on it, if it can't last at least 5 years, then I'll spend a bit more upfront. It's just not worth
Right.
it because you have to up pot it, move the tree. Like it's a lot of work and a lot of soil
Right.
to fill those containers for it to be rolling on out and cracking up. So, and they're
Yeah.
heavy. So I need things to stay.
I
Um,
discovered the outdoors pots. Let me see. Once my milk crate, because my milk crate was the strongest thing out there. And I was so excited about my milk crates. Like, yeah, ain't nothing never gonna happen to these.
yep,
Womp womp.
yep. Sun. Once you get a little sun bleach, there's those like thin, brittle, nothing. It'll fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up one pot and the handle popping off in my hand, and the pot drop. I had to be,
That part.
struggling to catch it before. I'm
Like,
like, this is
what is
ridiculous.
going on here?
Yep, it's. You think you got something good? It's not. It's cheap. Once it goes outside, it's a whole different kettle of fish.
Right.
Um, Clay pots, those nursery pots, though, whatever they're made out of, they're
Right.
not that thick.
Whatever they
They don't
make
break
them
as easily.
nursery pots out of,
They don't
yeah,
break that easily. The
they
pots that I
don't.
bought were not great. So I have to
Right.
spend my money better and just have things in things because I cannot keep rebuying those. That has to be
Right.
every 5 years, not every year.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that and those nursery containers when you start your seeds, same thing. Those little
Mm-hmm.
flimsy ones that you can hear crackling
Yeah,
before
no, I ain't got that type of
they
time to
can't
be.
handle a good washing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I think everyone's upgrading now from what I'm seeing on their videos. They're upgrading to better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, buy some good stuff, especially if you're gonna. This is what you're doing every year.
Mm-hmm.
Dollar store can tie you for a year or two, but really and truly, what's that stuff made out of? That's definitely leaching into my soil. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely leaching. Those cheap seed starting things from the dollar store. You pick them up to put water in it, it's cracking up in your hand. I have one. I'm like,
Facts.
it's not worth it.
Mm-mm.
Um, oh, the stocking planter at Costco. Oh, I want one of those. I see people using those stocking for the urban farming. I wanted to try those, but that's what I'm doing. I'm seed
Stocking
starting this
planners?
week.
What is that?
Yeah, she's saying, Brad was saying that they saw them on Costco USA. If it's what I'm thinking about, it's like a long tube and they fill it with soil and stuff, and you could put them on anywhere on any vacant land, or you can put it on bad soil so that it's growing in these stockings with that soil, not in the ground per se.
Wow.
And
Now
it's
that's
air conditioning,
interesting.
air pruning, it's water. And
Yeah.
where I saw it looked it's very good if you're an urban farmer and you really don't have any land per se, and you don't want
Right.
to dig up the yard, and you don't want to, you know, make the soil nourishing. You want to just grow on top. It's
Mm-hmm.
innovative and it's flexible. You can move it anywhere. Like some people were doing it. One man, I forgot his name, and he had a whole market garden and he was selling to the community. It was stocking. No, not that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stacking. Stacking.
Stacking.
He put stocking. No, yeah, my eyes are clear. But then she's just,
Because
just
I'm like,
stacking. He's like,
that's
no, not that
interesting.
one.
That's interesting.
Hey, baby Corey. I have some metal beds that
But yeah, I
I
seen those
established
too, and
more.
I'm liking that they coming in colors now. I
Yeah.
said, wait a minute, they
It,
got a pink one, then they got a purple one, they got a green. I said, now they just getting ridiculous because I would
yeah,
want
they're
all the
getting there. I'm
colors
like,
because
really?
that is good.
What is this?
Yeah,
Rainbow bright? I don't like when they have these rainbow bright gardens. Like,
I
can
do. I'm
pick
a
one
rainbow
color.
bright girl.
Pick one color. And have maybe one or two accent, but I don't want to see
I
blue,
have,
pink, yellow, green. What? Too
baby, you
much
would be
color. I
mad
get
at me because I'm rainbow bright for real. I like everything to be different. I like everything to be bright because I left. Look, I can't even get it out. But left, right, left, and dress right. No, I don't do that no more. I graduated from that some years ago. From when I was in the military, everybody left, right, left.
I
Got
like
to
a
be
pop
dressed
of
alike.
color.
Everybody
Like
got to
give
be
me one bed
uniform.
that's bright.
Give me
Like
some
one,
color and
but don't
chaos.
make every bed. I'm like, Lord have
Give me
mercy.
some
Look,
color and
I'm like,
chaos.
my God. When the color, especially in my clothing. Yeah. But the rainbow, the beds, I don't like all that color.
Yeah, I
Even the
do.
starting containers that people bought with all the rainbow, I bought my all only ombre of turquoise and blues. I don't
Right.
want pink, yellow, green. Yep, miss it. Lord
Well,
have
that's
mercy.
because I have PTSD from dressing like somebody for
Like the fatigues all the time.
half
Yeah.
of my half of my always had to dress like somebody else. So nah, we're not doing that.
You're not doing that. You're like every color on the sun, you're gonna wear it. It's not happening here.
I want to be the brightest color in the rainbow. Make me yellow even.
I can't, yeah, I can't take all the rainbow bright. Everyone knows I'm like, I like a accent wall, but don't give me a whole bunch of color. I can't take it. I'm just like,
Right,
ugh,
right. I like it,
ugh.
but I'm just more attracted to the color.
Yeah, I like the like flowers and the those things, but the
Hmm.
actual bed, if the bed is like green or gray, like a standard color,
Right,
let the flowers be the color. Let the plants
right.
be the color. People want the color in the actual beds. I'm like, yeah. And then you have the flowers, it's just all clashing. I'm like, this is a clash. Can't even enjoy the flowers. It's just
Yeah.
clash. And it looks like preschool to me. To me. I know people
Right,
love it, but
right.
to
It
me it's like
kind of
preschool.
does, but at the
Yeah.
same time, that's just I like it.
I know, to each their own. Like if you want it
Right,
pink, pink,
right.
yellow, green, blue, go ahead. I can't stop you. Do whatever you want in your garden and
Right.
get more of a cohesive look. Yeah, yeah, if someone goes, I wear too much black, I wear black all the time. To me, it's an easy
I
uniform.
can
You
kind
never
of see
you
that.
never not match. You always match. But you
Hmm.
know, you can't please everybody. That's the whole point. You cannot please everybody.
Right,
No matter what you do, there's
right.
someone who's gonna have a problem with it. But yep, seed starting is this week pretty much for I think everybody. Well, for those of us in the colder zones, like we're
Yeah,
starting our seeds now. If you haven't started now, then you're probably no, you're everyone would have started zone 3 and 2 and those
yeah. I done started
started
my
already as well.
flower
Yeah.
seeds, and then I'm probably gonna start my like peppers and stuff. Some more peppers and tomatoes in a couple like Monday or Tuesday at the latest.
Yeah. I am looking. I'm gonna have to message Brampton. Brampton, do you have the blue Hubbard squash, right? I think you said yes. The
I
blue
want to
Hubbard.
do squash, but I'm doing some melons. I'm trying maybe three different kind of melons this
I'm gonna
season.
try, but we didn't have good success. But it could have been. It was definitely the weather last year. I will
Yeah,
try, but we had the family meeting, and my dad definitely wants more winter squashes because
yeah,
those lasted on the in the pantry for months.
yeah. I still
And
got my butternut squash. It was the only one. I guess I'm savoring it since I grew it, but I'm finna go on and eat it.
so, oh, you don't have it. Okay, she doesn't have it. I want the blue Hubbard. I want to try that one. I think somebody else might have it. I'm gonna ask. He because it's you cut it even in just January. He made a soup. I had one. I made this pumpkin thingy. It tasted fantastic. Like
Mm.
having something fresh in the winter that you didn't have
Oh
to like
yeah.
preserve. So he definitely
Hmm.
wants to try more winter squash. I said, "Well, try, but sometimes it's not that great. But if I can get some more, like he wants a kombucha. We're gonna try some table queen.
That's
We're
what
gonna
I
try the
want. That
buttercup.
kombucha squash. I just got some seeds from Gina versus Gina for that.
Yeah, that's I was telling him, he's like, I go, the Jamaican pumpkin. He goes, no, no, I'm like, it's called kombucha. No, I mean, we're going around in
Hmm.
circles. It looks like this. I showed him a
I
picture. I go, that's
heard good
kombucha, Dad.
things about
Oh,
that
oh,
squash.
oh. I said, it's a Jamaican pumpkin, and we call it pumpkin. I said, sure, we had to go around for 20 minutes. I had to see him. I'm like, Dad, it's a kombucha.
They
Let's
do
go.
call it a pumpkin. I looked that up. I said, "Wow, they call it a pumpkin." Okay.
Yeah, they call it Jamaican pumpkin. They don't even have
Hmm.
the species. It's just Jamaican pumpkin all my life.
Right.
No, it's I have to get the name, the actual scientific name, and it's from
Right.
Japan, so I could get the seeds. But we're going around in circles. I'm like, it's the Jamaican pumpkin you like, Dad. No, I said it's the Jamaican pumpkin. It has a thing on it. I showed him a picture. That's kabocha. Oh, never O. It's my mistake. It's O. They want to say O.
Oh,
Not my
okay.
apologies. My mistake. It's O.
I gotta start using that. Oh,
So when are you in a person?
because I
Oh,
be saying my fault,
no, they never, they
and I
never.
could
That's
just
it.
be like,
Oh,
oh.
because they're not apologizing. They're not. That'll be a cold day in hell before they apologize. They're not apologizing. Um, but yeah, we're gonna pumpkin at the store. They're huge. They can get really huge. Ours haven't gotten that huge, but if I can get a couple of those, um in the pantry, yeah, they'll be happy. So we're gonna butternut, buttercup, the acorn. We have table
Mhm.
queen. I want the blue Hubbard if I can get it, um, and try it. But I love pumpkin. I just like
Mhm.
I like to just bake it with some olive oil, and I just eat it sometimes just like that. Sweet potato, same thing. I don't need it to be overly done. I just like the taste
Right.
and texture of it. When I cook it, I could put it in a smoothie. That makes an excellent smoothie. Oh my god,
Mhm.
that is so.
Well, I surely got enough pumpkin seeds I can try and figure out which one of them I like because I got all
Yeah, it's
kind of
Jamaican
pumpkins.
calabaza. I don't have. Hey, Sam, I don't have calabaza, but I buy the fancy blue pumpkins at No Frills for $4 before Halloween. I want, and I haven't tried the
Oh, that is a good idea. Who said that? Because I be seeing them gourds and stuff. They be labeled gourds. And I
yeah,
know they is pumpkins.
they
Some
pumpkins,
of
they
them.
pumpkins. She goes to get them at the Halloween display. Um,
Okay.
I I don't have
Good.
delicata. I think a lot of you guys like delicata squash. I saw it at Whole Foods. I
Huh?
want to try delicata squash. They're not that big and they seem to
Right.
be winter hardy as well. So, and I like the Guyanese fried pumpkin. Oh yeah, I love the fried up pumpkin as well. I like with roti. I like when they have it. I like the pumpkin rice. We made pumpkin rice last week. I love pumpkin
Pumpkin
squash.
rice.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, you'll see, a lot of Jamaican and Caribbean people, they fry up the pumpkin first with their, onion and garlic, whatever you want to fry up. And
Hmm.
then you add your rice to the pot and your liquid, and then you cook it, and the pumpkin cooks down with the rice, and it
Okay.
makes the rice orange or whatever color, and it adds that other texture. I love it.
Yeah, I
As
ain't
a
never really been a pumpkin fan until I started trying different ones. Just like tomatoes and stuff. Like, what? It's
Mhm.
different. Yeah, the different, you can taste the difference in the doggone pumpkins. I didn't know that. So apparently I've
Oh,
been
the
eating them
texture is different.
bland.
The texture sometimes are they're more meatier and thicker than other, more
Yeah, just
watery.
different.
The
Right.
sweetness of it, it's a nice
Right.
I love squash as a side on most of my plates. With
Mm-hmm.
chicken, I have a side of squash, salmon, whatever. I like ground provisions. I don't like yams
Yeah, I
as
didn't
much.
understand it until I actually
Yeah.
tried different ones, and I'm like, wait a minute, this don't taste like the last pumpkin and this don't taste like that. So yeah.
And the minerals that you're getting from the pumpkin, like, and I eat the skin. Like if I bake it, I make sure the
Mm-hmm.
skin's and I eat the skin. But the minerals you get
Mm-hmm.
from that, I can't even. It's high end. Like you need
Yeah,
to eat more of those things.
that's the kind of
Calabash
melon
squash
I'm
is a
trying to
pumpkin.
grow. I found a melon to where the skin
Mhm,
don't get real thick. It's
mhm.
a Korean melon. I forgot the name of it, but I want
I
to be
think
able
I
to
know what
eat the
you're talking. Yeah,
skin and the whole thing. But yeah.
I don't. I don't have a lot of room, but we're gonna. Last year we had vines everywhere, like just vines everywhere, and wherever they landed, they landed. It was a
Right.
jungle. But we didn't care. Kajari. Let me see. Hold on. Looking at kabasha squash is a pumpkin. Hold on. I'm looking at my phone to see kabasha. It keeps pulling up
What is
kabocha.
that?
Kabocha. It keeps pulling that one up. Cage Kajari. Hold on. I think she's talking about the Kajari melon.
I heard of the Kajari. I never grew it before.
Yeah, it's a melon. Okay, she thinks she's asking if you're talking about the Kajari, the Korean one.
Oh yeah, nah, it's not called the Kajari. It's called maybe a silver something or another. Korean melon,
Let me
silver
see.
line, silver moon,
Calabaza.
silver something. But it's a Korean melon.
I never. Okay, I'm looking at the calabaza. Oh, it's from Mexican or Philippine.
Matter of
That
fact,
one looks.
it's MUAH melon or WAH. Lord have mercy, don't give me the line. But it's a Korean melon, and the skin is so thin, and it's supposed to be sweet, and it kind of looks like not the kind a honeydew on the inside. It looks like a honeydew on the
Oh, I
inside.
think I saw that recently, and I was looking in a catalog online. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me Korean Mela, Japanese pumpkin. I don't, man. In Cuba, they had squash, pumpkin, and yellow sweet potatoes on the buffet all the time. Yeah,
Mm.
I love those ground provisions. I don't have calabaza. Some, if you have it, send it to me if you don't mind. I don't have. I'm looking at the
Wait,
picture. I
what
don't
is
have.
calabash? Is that a melon or a
It's a
pumpkin?
pumpkin. Let me show you a picture. Hold on.
Oh,
It looks kind of ashy, but it's flat. This is what. That's what it looks like. It's a big and it's very orange inside. Hold on.
wait, I missed it.
Hold on. Calabasa. This is okay. Hold on.
Okay, I see it. Oh, that look almost like a honeydew.
That's a pumpkin or it's big. It's and it's flat.
Oh,
It's
oh,
almost like
okay.
flat
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
calabasa. That looks huge.
it
I
do.
don't know. I have it. I have the same as the West Indies
I
pumpkin.
want to see how those little cuties
It's the
taste.
same
Or
as
is it
it's
sweet
the
cutie
calabasa
either?
is the same as a kabacha.
Huh?
Silver line Korean melon. No, I'm asking in the chat. I see Sam saying she has it. It's the same as the West Indies pumpkin. No.
Silver
Okay, no
line
problem.
Korean melon. Yes. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's it.
I need to
But
get
it
some
looked
more
like a
pumpkin.
honeydew on the inside versus a cantaloupe.
These are the foods that are good for like keeping in the pantry for the winter. I'm definitely trying to focus more on that. That was my plan last year, but that
Mm-hmm.
weather last year, it was so
Yeah,
difficult. It I
because
didn't
I
get
had like 5 butternut squash on there. And I got my first passion fruit, but they got ate by something. I don't
and
know.
my
I was
one
mad.
my one kusha was eaten up by some wicked animal, Nyama my kusha. So only one came to flower. So I'm
Right.
gonna try again this year. I need more pumpkins to keep for the because when winter comes, I'm eating a lot of squashes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
making soups, I'm making roasted, I'm grilling them, whatever, pumpkin rice. I need a lot. Hey,
I'm growing more
Maritza.
okra this season too, so yeah.
Me as well. Last year it was horrible.
Mm.
Did not get a lot of flowering because of the cold spring and the summer wasn't that cold over.
I got a call. My fault.
No, okay, so I'm gonna
Did that cut
try.
me off?
No, you're still there.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna try more okra, and I have to try again the red country hill one because I
Oh
didn't
my.
get any seeds. So I have to get seeds from that one. And I'm trying this year the African okra. Where's my paper?
Right. Oh, I got these
Um,
seeds from Homesteader Rachel for a new okra I want to try, but that plant gets so big, I'm just gonna have to wait and go ahead on and use my regular
have you
baby
heard of
bubble okra seeds that I
Nkrumah
have
1010?
been growing. Huh?
Have you heard of Nkrumah 1010 okra?
I
I
think
think I
that
got it
might
from
be
Baker
it.
Creek.
It's
Yeah,
a
I Nkrumah
it's a is it an
NKRUMA.
African okra?
Yeah, there's two of them on Baker Creek. There's the one from Ghana and there's that one. I
I
think there's
think
three
it's
of
the
them from Africa.
1010 that I have.
That's what I have too. I'm gonna try them this
And
year.
the leaves and everything is edible.
I think all okra leaves are edible. We just don't use them,
Are
but they're
they?
all edible.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
you could even make the taro. You can cook the leaves down like a spinach.
Okay.
Yeah, people use them as
Cause I'm
spinach.
sure planting more this season.
And that
I
also
never
basically
harvested enough to
two for
try
one.
and
It's a
do
two for
no
one
okra
plant.
eating. Huh?
It's a 2-for-1 plant. That's what I'm saying. When you plant these things,
Yeah.
you can use the leaf, you can use the flower, you can use the actual, vegetable or fruit, whatever, depending on what it is.
Right. But I only
And
ever grow 1 or 2 plants, so that's why I never knew that
that's
or
yeah. But people
tried
cook
to
the
do
leaves like
that.
spinach. But
Hmm.
because my Jamaicans don't use those leaves, I didn't know till the Trinidadian them and the Guyanese told me, yeah, they use the leaf and they cook it
Right.
down.
Uh-oh, did that cut me off?
You're still there, unless
Well,
you're in a different window.
yeah, my fault, but this my ride because I'm going to my first garden show today.
No problem. You don't have to disguise it, Sam. You can just send it straight in the envelope.
All
Um,
right,
um,
it was good. I just wanted to click on the link and talk some plant
Thank
stuff.
you,
I
Jemima.
catch
Thank
y'all
you.
later.
It
Thanks
was
for
great
letting me
talking to you.
up and putting up with my crap.
We love you. Some no send it regular mail. You don't have to hide it. I got the ones. Sorry, I'm coughing. I need a drink. I got the ones from Tigsy, and she didn't hide it. She put it in a little zippy melon seeds, and she sent me cumin seeds. Don't worry, I don't think it's illegal. That's squash is not illegal. So don't worry about like having to like hide it. Just put it in a zippy, put it in the envelope, maybe in between a card, like a card stock, or a cue card folded in half, and then send it. It's yeah, they're not gonna bother. Unless it's a certain type of seed, which they'll see it's not, they're not gonna bother it. I got hers within 10 days of sending it regular mail. So I think it was like February 3rd, and I got it on the 6th. Yeah, about 10 days. So don't worry. I got all your other stuff too that you sent me. You sent me no, regular mail. Just regular. There was 3 stamps on it. It wasn't like no courier, nothing, just regular mail, 3 stamps, and sent it off. No declaration. It's not like a package. So you sent me one before. You sent me 2 before. One you hid the seeds, and the other one you didn't, and I got them both fine. You had the actual packs in the packs of seeds in the card. No problem. Only one person that sent me seeds, I didn't get them, and maybe he sent too many in the package. It was like a package. I never got that. So, um, yeah, I never had any issues with anything you sent before. Every time you said you sent something, I actually got it. So, only one person I didn't get them. I don't know what happened. Maybe they didn't put the paperwork in with the package and they took it. I don't know, but everybody else's I got no problem. So don't worry about, yeah, don't courier it. It just send it regular post, because squash doesn't have to be planted until April April or Mayish maybe. So I have plenty of time. But this year's, yeah, back to seed starting. Start your seeds. Get your schedules off of these seed companies. They have seed companies that have a schedule that can help you, direct you to the almanac as well. Put in your postal code, your zip code. It will tell you your last frost date, which should be coming up. Some of you have them already. Maybe it's already here, and you can plant outside. For me, it's going to be May the 19th, and then I'll direct sow after that outside. My successions will be direct sown outside. Sometimes I don't, because these squirrels be going underneath the little greenhouse and digging up my plants. So this year it's going to be allegedly a year of hunting, because I can't take this. They go out of their way to dig up my plants, and they don't even want anything in there. Just dig. They make me sick. I hate squirrels. Anyways, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up before you leave. Like, subscribe, and share. I had a video that I dropped this week of the update for January of the WIG. Check it out. I am going to do the February one very soon. There's been some changes in the garden, indoor garden. Some things are doing better. Some things are still stagnant. I'm going to have to just restart some of the machines and just take it all apart and wash it again and start from scratch. I had one thing germinate this week that's been in the seed tray for over a month. These red cabbages, man, they take a long time to grow, but they're so nutritious. So I will let you know what that update is uploaded. You'll just see it on the page, but the February update is coming, and then I'm going to start my outdoor seeds. Remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and have a great week. And I'll see you maybe next week or the week after. I might do bi-weekly. We'll see how it goes, but I will see you soon in these YouTube streets. All right. Take care.